James Lynch here for Spectation Sports. Really happy to talk to a familiar face here on Spectation Sports. Cage Titans, Kris Moutinho got the call to fight for the UFC again. He's going to be fighting this Saturday, UFC Atlanta against Malcolm Wellmaker. Kris, how's it going? Congrats on getting back in.
Thanks, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm good right now, man. I'm ready for this just to happen already.
No, I bet. We're a couple days away from the fight. And by the way, shout out to you. I know the Wi-Fi wasn't great in the hotel room, so you're out here and doing it, but we had to make this happen. Tell me when you found out about this fight. Where were you? When did you find out the news? How did this all come together?
I think it was June 4th. I was just chilling at my house. I was getting ready to fight actually for Cage Titans next month against Jonathan Brookins. So
Mhm.
we had a big fight pretty much booked and ready to go, and then Tyson just messaged me and was like, "Yep, hey, scratch that. Get ready in a couple days and make sure you make the weight." And I was like, "Okay, I guess we'll do it. I guess nothing we can do about it."
How happy are you when you got that call? Because I know it's been a long road to get back here.
Extremely happy. You know what I mean. I've been telling everybody that I'm good enough to do this. I'm gonna make it back. I'm gonna do this, but when it doesn't happen after a bunch of wins and a bunch of finishes, you kind of just are like talking to yourself, really thinking that it's not really gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
not really gonna happen. But I stayed true to God, stayed faithful, stayed praying, and He helped me again, man. He helped me again and put another amazing thing in my life.
I know when we talked last, I know you felt like, hey, what more do I got to do to get in the UFC? I got to know, was there ever a point you thought this might not happen, that you might not get back in the UFC? Did that ever cross your mind?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I was really just looking at how many more fights I got left in me. How many more am I gonna do this making peanuts and having to fight some tough ass dudes and go get my head knocked in. You know what I mean? I wasn't really I really didn't think this was gonna happen. I was talking to T and I was like, bro, just give me a fight. It's not gonna happen. I'll give you one more and then I'll go do some BKFC and then I'll go into my retirement and go be a real dude and just have a full-time job and just chill. So it was cool, man.
Fair.
God, God is a silly guy. You know what I mean? He puts things in your life when you don't expect it, and I'm just truly blessed and happy that it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great to see. Who's the first person you told the news to when you found out that you were back in the UFC?
Oh, it's always my girl. You know what I mean? She's
There we go.
she's she's the only reason I'm still here, man. She healed me and fixed my life, and she knows everything before I even know it half the time. So that's just how it is.
Um, how much did you know about Malcolm Wellmaker before taking this fight? Did you know much about him?
Not really. I still don't really know too much about him. You know what I mean? I watched that one fight that I saw about him. He's good, talented, high level. That's why he's 9-0. You know what I mean? He's good pretty much everywhere, but everybody in the UFC is good everywhere. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just taking him as another guy, and I'm gonna go in there and do what I do. And it's realistically fighting it for me has always been me versus me, and then but as long as I do what I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna get my hand raised.
So I talked to Malcolm yesterday. There's a lot of respect there. He told me that he remembers watching your fight with Sean O'Malley a couple of years ago, and that just the fact that he gets to share the cage with you, there's a lot of respect there. Do you kind of like that, where there's not going to be a lot of trash talk? It looks like there's going to be a lot of mutual respect going into this one.
Yeah, that's how it should be. We both been training most of our lives to do this one thing. You know what I mean? I have no problems with him. I've only had a couple fights in my life where I really didn't like the guy, and those went well. And then I've had a bunch of fights where I have nothing but good things to say, and the fights went well. So it's that shit doesn't really matter to me. Not liking
Yeah.
the guy or being best friends doesn't really change what I'm gonna do on Saturday night. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put my head down and I'm gonna try to hurt this guy, and he's gonna try to hurt me, and then we can be friends afterwards.
Yeah, well said. How do you feel like your style matches up against his in this one? You guys are both, I mean, I kind of look at it as two strikers. Do you look at it any differently?
No, yeah, that's how I see it. You know what I mean? I think we're both. My style is a little bit different. He's a more of a counter puncher, looking for the big shots on the way out. I'm looking to be in his face, and I'll give him the opportunity to try. You know what I mean? But I have a lot of different things that I haven't shown a lot of people, You know what I mean? I have a lot of different talents. My wrestling's a lot better than people think. My jiu-jitsu is a lot better than people think. So, again, I'm just gonna look on to mix up the game and put him on his back and put him on his back foot and make him work.
How much will experience play into this? We talked about you had the first UFC run. You've been in there with Sean O'Malley. He's only had one fight in the UFC. How much will that play into this? Just the fact that you've been there, you fought some high level guys.
Who knows? Who knows? At the end of the day, you know what I mean. We'll see. I have 30 plus fights. You know what I mean. I'm gonna try to make it a big deal. But again, he's been around.
Yeah.
He's not his first rodeo, so I don't know how much more experience I am or how much less experience he is. Like, it's at the end of the day, I'm gonna let my hands do the talking and see what I can do.
Have you looked at the betting odds for this fight, or you haven't even seen him yet?
No, I never do. I heard
Okay.
like a negative 700 or some nonsense, crazy shit. That's
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that's what I expected last
Does
time.
that motivate you a bit more just seeing that? Because yeah, he is the biggest betting favorite on the card, I think.
Yeah, it's another thing I gotta do to prove these people wrong. But it's the same thing as last time. Every time it is. I got my last time I was here, I got beat up. So that's what I expected. I expected people to look at me and just be like, "Yo, he's gonna get beat up again." Hey, that's it. If you're right, good for you. If not, you're gonna look real stupid then.
Yeah. So what type of camp have you had? You mentioned you were prepping for a fight already. What type of camp have you had leading into this? Who'd you get to work with?
Um, I, all my guys over at Any Cartel, all my dudes at Uppercut Boxing Gym. You know what I mean? I have a lot of big guys because Brookins was already a big dude. He's like 6 foot. You know what I mean? So we were training for somebody taller than us. We were training for somebody who's a little bit longer, going to stay a little further back from us. So it's the same. It's basically the same guy. I just think this guy's a little more powerful, a little more explosive. I got to worry about walking into a big shot, and as long as I don't do that, I don't see how I lose this fight.
Um, I got to ask, weight's good. I don't think you'd take this fight if you were a bit heavy. And like you said, you were prepping for a fight already. I imagine the weight cut's going great.
The way it's going, I guess. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It is what it is. Yeah, I was a little heavier than I wanted to be going into this, but again, I'm a professional. I'll get it done. I'll get it all down, and on June 14th, I'll be good to go.
Tyson Chartier, the Tony Soprano of the cartel, he's going to be in your corner. Who else is going to be in the cage with you?
My coach AJ Thomas from Uppercuts Boxing Club, and the homie Tom Pags, one of the best teammates you can ask for, man. Didn't even question it when I asked him to come down with me. So I appreciate all these guys.
How's this fight playing out on Saturday? How's it going down?
I see a finish. Like, that's the only thing I've been looking at for the last couple of years. You know what I mean? Finish, 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 finish. I don't, regardless how good the guy is or how not, I don't want to walk out of here and not finishing the guy.
Did you get to watch the bantamweight title fight this past weekend? If so, what did you think of Morab beating your former opponent, Sean O'Malley?
To be honest, I thought that's pretty much how Morab's just too tough. He's such a hard fight for anybody. His gas tank is crazy. His wrestling doesn't stop, and he's gonna be a hard fight for anybody in the 135-pound division. I think Sean did okay. I think Sean did pretty good, but it is what it is when you have to deal with that kind of guy.
Okay. And did you see Patchy mix this fight against Mario Batista, also in your division? Did you watch that fight at all?
Yeah, I did. Again, I passed out after that fight. I'm an old man, so I go to sleep pretty early. But yeah, I saw that fight. I think Mario's a dog. You know what I mean? Mario's been beating a lot of guys, and to overlook him was a little bad. Was a bad mistake. You know what I mean? That showed. Patchy was walking into that fight pretty overconfident, and Mario made him pay for it.
And last question from me here. How much different are you, Kris Moutinho, the fighter, going in this Saturday compared to the one we saw a couple years ago? What's been the biggest difference, would you say?
That guy died. That guy died. The one that you saw before. That guy's been dead for a little while. You know what I mean? He was a scared boy, and I've grown up a lot in 4 years. You don't think it's that much time, but it really is. I'm a completely different person. I believe in myself a lot more. I care about the sport a lot less. You know what I mean? The kid that came in here in 2021. That's all he gave a fuck about. The only thing he cared about
Love
was
it.
being a UFC fighter. and other than that, he had nothing else to do with his life. You know what I mean? I love my life now. I love the people in my life. I love my family. I love where I am in life. So win, lose, draw this fight, it doesn't fucking matter to me. But I'm coming in here to kill everybody.
Kris, you're an inspiration, man. Love seeing you get back in here. Anyone watching this, if you're a fighter and maybe you left the UFC, Kris is an example of, perseverance and getting back in there. Kris, we're so excited for this fight on Saturday, UFC Atlanta. Anyone you want to thank before we get out of here? Any sponsors, any social media you want to mention? I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I have so many freaking people I have to thank, man. It's almost too much. My family, my girlfriend, her family, my teammates, everybody else, everybody who sponsored me over the years. I can't name you all. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. Without all of you, I would not be here. I'd be dead somewhere. So I love you all. Thank you very much.